Thank you. Appreciate that.
What was your general assessment, I guess, of the Minnesota game and just kind of some of the issues you guys
I think anytime you lose a game, no one's happy. And obviously, this one of those things where you continue trying to find ways to improve and grow. You don't like to lose two games back to back, and especially on the road. And we had that type of performance.
What about the corner specifically? What did you see out of them?
Well, you watched the game. It wasn't it wasn't our best performance. I think that we're continuing to grow, we continue to compete, and trying to continue to play better together.
What impact did that have on Andre have, if any, in the game?
Well, I don't think anytime you have, your coach not there, the voice that you normally hear and calm you down, teach you, coach you throughout, it certainly had an impact.
Gotten to see two full games of Robert Kimdiche out there, and now he's on the 53-man roster. What have been your impressions?
Really good to have him out. We've watched him early in his career come out as a high draft choice. Now the fact that we had a chance to have him on our team, to see who he is and how important football is to him, I think the more he's around us, the more we really understand how passionate he is, how much he loves the game, how much he really wants to be good. He really cares, and it's really important to him to be a part of this team and to be a impact player.
What have you?
Really good having him out.
I'm sorry. What have you seen out of Sidney Jones, and what do you think his readiness level is to play if that's what you decide to do?
Well, again, Sidney's out here working really hard, just like everyone else, competing to get on the field, spending a lot of time learning this playbook, and I think every day is a big day. He gets closer and closer to being more competitive every day he comes out.
What about Bless Austin? Where does he stand in that?
Same thing. We're watching him every day as well, and obviously, the more they can understand the playbook, the more they understand the players around them playing together. Defense is chemistry, it's emotion, it's technique, all these things that are put together. So guys have to really, get used to playing together.
How is Robert's emergence now being on the roster? How has that impacted L.J. Collier's standing on the?
Well, they both were playing the same position, and Robert's really stepping up, playing a lot. LJ, again, our main theme around here is competition. So he's really, you got two big guys, two really good football players competing to play. So it's going to make them both better.
How much where LJ's at now into how he performed in the preseason?
It's hard to say. It came down to competition, came down to being able to play, being able to make quick decisions, and right now we felt like Kimdiche was a little ahead of him. He's playing really hard. I think it's really good to see the champion that he is, the competitor that he is, and he has a lot of confidence in himself, and he's the type of guy that's going to keep on fighting till he gets it back.
Are you, with whatever you're doing differently up front, is that, do you think, affecting LJ at all?
It's hard to say because everybody's affected the same. I mean, all the guys are playing their positions and doing the different things that they're doing. But whether it's LJ or Al Woods, the entire D-line, they're all working well together. And it's a lot of really good players, and they all can't play all at the same time. So it's every week is competition, and we'll just kind of see what happens at the end of the week.
The screens that they were getting you on Sunday, what were you not doing well on those?
Well, we weren't covering them. They were well timed. I think that you have options on screens, a deep ball or the short one, and our guys didn't react as fast as they need to, and we'll be better.
Did you feel like there was a couple of players, I guess, sort of mentioned scheme issues after the game? I mean, did you feel like there was anything that caught you guys off guard in that game?
Well, no, I think it's more losing and frustration. And, anytime you lose, everyone's trying to find a reason, or I think that it's a matter of let's win more, and you'll have a lot less complaining.
What did you think the reason
For it's a lot of different reasons, but number one is they scored more than we did. Secondly, we just didn't play it to our level. I think that, defense is something that's it's a togetherness. It's a constant battle, The offenses are really good now, and guys really need to communicate, play well together for a sustained amount of time. It's a consistent high level over the entire game that you can't let up at all. Offenses are so good now that you just can't let up at all. And the moment that you let up, then you get, the explosive play, and explosive plays lead to points.
I was just saying, Jamal doesn't have a sack yet this year after having so many last year. Are opponents more cognizant of him this year at all? Or
They are certain. As soon as Jamal steps on the field, everybody's pointing at him. He's been blitzing. He's been around the ball. But you can't get that many sacks every year at that position and not have the entire offense know where you are. Anytime you go to playing a team and you have a player of his caliber, they're always wanting to know where he is, and it kind of sets the tone, sets the blocking schemes, sets the pass blocking, and he's the type of guy that you want to know where he is every play.
When Pete was asked about the frustration among the players after the Vikings game, he mentioned that part of it for the corners might be that they're so occupied with not getting beat deep, they give up the underneath stuff, and it's just frustrating when they keep giving that up. Would you agree with that?
Well, again, it's not just one position. Everybody works together. It's the ultimate team game. If the corners are taking care of the deep ball, then there's a whole underneath coverage that the hook defenders and the flat defenders, they're in charge of that. So everybody works together, and then that works with the rush, who you shouldn't have that much time to throw the ball. So everybody kind of works together to make it a successful play.
How's Jordan Brooks playing?
Really well. Really well. Like his growth. He missed a lot of time last year just through the COVID situation. But his growth, where he is right now, his ability to talk the game, see the game, it's getting better all the time.
How do you guys get out of swapping Jordan and Cody in and out of the games that you guys have been doing the past few weeks?
Well, you have two really good football players, and Cody wants to play, Jordan wants to play. We want to play them all, and you can't play them all, so you have even when you watch offenses, the good players have rotations. Our defensive line has a rotation. We just want to make sure we get our good players a chance to play.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.